So now let's go to practical things, how we can configure the network system in the LDSperimeter. I have two different computers. One is completely clean, one is the backup. This one will be the primary, right? So just click in the network icon here and we'll open this window. We'll see this window opened, right? This is the network configuration panel. First, turn the network on. The system will be configured as a director system, right? We will say that this is a primary system, so I want this system to share all the media information he has with the backup, so the backup is a replica of this one, right? And also the content that plays this system, I want that the backup plays exactly the same, right? So it will be a director and it will be a primary system. I will say that the automatic synchronization must be on. What does it mean? It means that every time you save a sequence or a playlist, automatically the system will synchronize the changes, right? We say that the reproduction synchronization will be made by sequence. What does it mean? It means that each time a sequence starts in the primary system, a notification will be sent to the backup to start exactly the same sequence. You can choose sequence or playlist, right? And we will say that he will see that two sequences are the same if the name is exactly the same. We can also indicate the number of characters that may be the same in the primary and in the director and the directed system. How many characters of the playlist and the sequence must be the same to be the same, must be equal to be the same, right? For example, if we said two letters 001, the sequence 001 will be the same that the sequence 001 in the backup, right? After the two first characters, the rest of the rest of the name can be whatever you want, right? We'll see it in detail. We will save the configuration. We go to the backup system and do exactly the same. Turn the network on. This will be a directed system. This will be a backup. The synchronization will be by a sequence, and the sequence match will be the full name, right? Save it. And in both systems we can see that the network icon has turned to green. It means this is on, right? Let's click it again to open the configuration panel, the network configuration panel, to see what happens now. And what we will do is to tell the director what are the directed systems. So we will add here the name or the IP of the backup system, right? You can see the IPs that you have in your system here, right? Down to the panel, down the panel. I used to set the name of the computer because it's easier to understand. The first time it's a bit slower, but only the first, right? So I save it and I save the configuration, right? Now the next step is to check that the communication is correct. Just click here in the checklist and we can read here the messages. He's preparing to ping the systems. He pings to Lenovo. Ping is say, hey, are you alive? And the other computer says, yes, I am alive. So they know that they have communication and they are working correctly. If this not happened, then the system knows that there is a problem in the communication, right? This is to ping. So the system pings to the computer I have introduced here, and he's responded with this time. Fantastic. We can repeat it and see the communication is perfectly correct. Now we can do two things. We can just save the playlist and see that they synchronize automatically, or we can click this button, the synchronize button, and the synchronization will begin. I have clicked and he's transferred all the playlist and sequence files that the system needs. If you have videos that are in the videos folder but are not used, they are not used in any sequence, they will not be transferred, right? So in our backup system we can see that we have here the information of what had happened, exactly the same. When the synchronization is complete, we can see here the last message. So just turn off this panel, let's close it, and now let's play one playlist and see what happens. If everything works correctly, the backup system should start playing media also, and that is correct. And we can see that each system is playing exactly the same. If we change the playlist or the sequence we are playing, it automatically changes in the other system, right? If in the backup system I try to turn it off, for example, the next time a sequence starts in the primary system will turn the system, the backup system, on, as you can see it now, right? So this is all for the network. As you can see, it's not difficult. You just have to make your mind to how this works, right? Thanks so much for watching, and see you in the next. Bye bye.